Hello everyone, welcome to New Wave Coaching Classes for Mathematics. I am your host Jatin. Today, what we are going to study, we are going to study about the third method to find the solution of a pair of linear equations in two variables. Till now, what we have discussed about the substitution method, we have discussed about the elimination method. Now, today we are going to discuss about the cross multiplication method for solving the pair of linear equation in two variables, right? So let's start. If you can see on the board what I have written two general forms of the equations, two equations in the general form, and in two ways I have written the equation. You can see the one way is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0, and the other one is a1x plus b1y equals to c1. So there are two ways. Either you can keep the constant on one side, or you can keep the constant on the other side. What will matter, that will come to know as I explain the method, right? So if I keep the equation in this form, that is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0, and the second equation has a2x plus b1y plus c2 equals to 0, then how we have to solve it using the cross multiplication method? The first step is to write these three things: x, y and 1. These are the three things you will have to write. Then what you will write, firstly you will write the coefficients of y from both the equations in this way, that is b1, b2. Then you write the constant terms c1, c2. Then you write the coefficients of x from both the equations, and then you again write the coefficients of y from both the equations. Now, what is the difference if I take the equation in this way or I take the equations in this way? See, it's your choice. You can do it anyway. In both the cases, you will get the correct answer. But if you keep the solution, if you keep the equations in this way, that is all the terms on one side and then there is an equal to 0, then you put 1 here. But if you write the equation in this form, then you write here -1. Only this is the difference. Answers in both the cases will be correct. So it will be your choice. You want to write the equation this way or this way. If you write this way, you write here 1. If you write this way, then you write -1. Right? Now what is the next step? Next step, we put some arrows, something like this. Now these arrows means basically what I have to do, I have to multiply this b1 by c2, b2 by c1, c1 by a2, c2 by a1, a1 by b2, and a2 by b1. Now, after multiplying, what we have to do? See, this is the way, but the next step would be something like this. I write x upon, I multiply this b1 into c2, I write b1, c2, then I put a negative sign, then b2, c1. Then write equal to, I write y, then c1, a2, then I put a negative sign, then c2, a1. Then, in the last I will write 1 upon this a1 into b2 and minus a2 into b1. Now the question is, how we can simplify them? How to find the values of x and y? So what we have to do, you can see there are three things which are equal to each other. There are three things which are equal to each other, and we can take any of the two and find the value of either x or y. Right? So what we can do, if we have to find the value of x, I take this thing equal to this thing, that is x upon b1 c2 minus b2 c1 equals to 1 upon a1 b2 minus a2 b1. It means the value of x would be, I just cross multiply, this will be b1 c2 minus b2 c1 upon a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Similarly, if I put this equal to this, I can find the value of y as, I will get the value of y as c1 a2 minus c2 a1 upon a1 B2 minus A2 B1. So this is the way we use the cross multiplication method to find the solutions of the equations. Now let's revise one thing more that we have discussed in our second lecture of this chapter about the consistency of the equations. For the consistency of the equations, we either say the equations are consistent or inconsistent. Now what are the conditions? Let's discuss once again. If A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, we say one case is this and the other is this, that A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 equals to C1 by C2. In both of these cases, we have a consistent solution. We have a consistent solution, right? Now, in the third case, we studied that A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2, but this is not equal to C1 by C2. So in this case, we say it is inconsistent solution. Now, these things will be used in the coming exercise, but before that, let us discuss this cross multiplication method, understand it more in a better way by taking an example. Let's take an example from the NCERT book only. We can, alright, let's have a question from here. I write 5x plus 3y equals to 35. And then 2x plus 4y equals to 28. Right. So these are the two equations which I have taken, and I will be simplifying them using the cross multiplication method. Right. So the first step, since I have explained this thing according to this way, so I just transform the equations. I write the first equation as 5x plus 3y minus 35 equals to 0, and the second equation is 2x plus 4y minus 28 equals to 0. Now, the first step is to write this way, that is x upon, I write x, I write y, I write 1. Then I write the coefficients of x, I write the coefficients of y first, that is, I write 3 here and 4. Then I write the coefficients, that is the constant term, that is minus 35 and minus 28. Then I write the coefficients of x, that is 5 and 2, and then I again write the coefficients of 3 and 4. Now what I have to do? I have to multiply these like this. This is the way I will be multiplying. So I'll just rub this one, this portion, and I continue the solution here. Now, when you multiply this into this, it will be minus 84. Now, if you have seen the solution, there is a compulsory negative sign. Then I multiply these two. What I get here? Minus 140. Right? Then I multiply these two. This is minus 70. Then a compulsory negative which is given in the solution. And then I multiply this minus 28 by 5. I get it as minus 140. Now, here this is 5 into 4 minus 3 into 2, that is 6. Now we open the bracket, and we know when we open the bracket, this negative into negative becomes positive, that is 140. Here also y upon minus 70 plus 140 equals to 1 by 40. Now we simplify these two. What we get here, x upon 56 equals to y upon 70 equals to 1 by 40. Now if I have to find the value of x, what I will do? I will just equate this equal to this. So I write x by 56 is equal to 1 by 40. So from here I get the value of x as 4. Similarly, when I take these two things, I will get y equals to 5. So this is the way we can find the solutions of the equations, right? Now let's go to the exercise question. If we see the first question of the exercise, it is given which of the following pairs of linear equations has unique solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. In case there is a unique solution, find it by using cross multiplication method. So our first thing would be to find the consistency of the solution, if the solution has a unique solution, infinitely many solutions, or no solution. Right? So I'll just start with the second part of the first question. So it is given as 2x plus y equals to 5 and 3x plus 2y equals to 8. Now what we have to do, we have to find the consistency. For that I write the value of a1 from here. a1 will be 2, b1 will be 1 and c1 will be 5. See, if you have to find the consistency of the solution, you can write the equation in this form also, or you can shift the constant terms on the left side and write in one way. So there will no difference because signs will be changed and they will be cancelled when you take this ratios. So now here a2 is 3, b2 is 2 and c2 is 8. Now I take the value of a1 by a2, that is 2 by 3. I take the value of b1 by b2, it's 1 by 2. So since we can see that a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, so there is no need to take the value of c1 by c2. So from here only we can say, therefore a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. And when they are not equal, we say the equations have a unique solution. So we write, therefore, it is a unique solution. Now, in case of unique solution, they have asked, in the question they have asked, we have to use the cross multiplication method to simplify the equations. So I write the equations as, I rewrite the equations now. I write it as 2x plus y minus 5, I just shift 5 on the left side equals to 0, and then 3x plus 2y minus 8 equals to 0. So these are my two equations. Now my first step is to write x, y and 1. Then I will write the values of the coefficients and the constant term. So first of all I will write the coefficients of y. Here the coefficient of y is not given, it means it is 1. So I write 1, 2. Then I write the constant terms, that is minus 5, minus 8. Then I write the coefficients of x, that is 2, 3. And then again the coefficients of y, 1, 2. The next step is to multiply these in this way. Right? So I write x upon, so x upon it will be minus 8 into 1, it will be minus 8. Then there is a compulsory negative sign, I put the brackets. 2 into minus 5, it is minus 10. See, whenever you are doing this question, since there is a negative sign, and after the negative sign, if there is one more negative coming, you should always put in the bracket to avoid the mistake, right? So now y equals to, you multiply these two, minus 5 into 3, this is minus 15. Then minus 8 into 2, there is a compulsory negative, and then it is minus 16, right? And then 1 upon, alright, 2 into 2 it is 4, and 3 into 1 it is 3. So now we just open the bracket. This is x upon minus 8 plus 10 equals to y upon minus 15 plus 16, and then 1 upon 1. So this is x by 2 equals to y upon 1 equals to 1 by 1. So if we compare this and this, I get x equals to 2, and when I compare these two, I get y equals to 1. So this is the way we can simplify the rest of the parts also, right? Now let's go to the next question. Remaining parts can be done by yourself. So in the next question it is given, for which values of a and b does the following pair of linear equations have infinite number of solutions? This is the first part of the second question. So what is given to me, let me write the equations first. This is 2x plus 3y equals to 7. And then I have a plus bx plus a plus by equals to 3a plus b minus 2. Now, I compared with the general form and I write the values of a1 as 2, b1 as 3 and c1 as 7. a2 will be a plus b, b2 will be a plus b. Let me check it out. Yeah, both the things are given as a plus b. Sorry, this one is given as a negative. This is a minus b. There is some misprinting in the book. Right? So b2 is a plus b and c2 is given as 3a plus b minus 2. Now I have to find the values of small a and small b. The condition given to me is that the two equations have infinite number of solutions. And we know, I write here 1, 2. It's given equation 1 and 2 have infinite number of solutions. So when we have infinite number of solutions, what is the condition we have? We have a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 by c2. So what we will do, we'll just substitute the values here and then we will form two equations. So we use the condition a1 by a2 and we just substitute the values. a1 is 2 upon a2 is a minus b. Then I have b1 as 3 upon b2 as a plus b. Then I have c1 upon as 7 and c2 as 3a plus b minus 2. Now, if you try to form pairs, you can form three pairs. You can take these two. You can take this, and you can take this and this. But we need only two pairs because there are two variables we have to find, right? So first of all, I take these two. So I write 2 upon a minus b is equal to 3 upon a plus b. Then I cross multiply, I get it as 2a plus 2b is equal to 3a minus 3b. Now I shift this side as I get it as 2b plus 3b is equal to 3a minus 2a. So from here I get this relation as 5b is equal to a. I can write this relation as my third equation. Now I can take this thing with either this or this thing with either this. It is your choice. I am taking with this one. So I take 3 upon a plus b equals to 7 upon 3a plus b minus 2. I cross multiply these two. So what I get when I multiply this, I get 9a plus 3b minus 6 equals to 7a plus 7b. Right? So just simplify this. I shift all the things on the left side. So this is 9a plus 3b minus 6 minus 7a minus 7b equals to 0. Now, this is 2a minus 4b minus 6 equals to 0. I can take 2 as common and the equation will be a minus 2b minus 6 minus 3 equals to 0. Now what I can do, I can apply any of the method which we have discussed. I can apply substitution, I can apply elimination, I can apply again cross multiplication. It's your choice now. So I just substitute the value of a from the third equation in the fourth equation, right? So this is my 4. I put the value of a in equation 4. So when I substitute, I see A is equal to 5B, so therefore 5B minus 2B minus 3 equals to 0. So this is 3B. Therefore 3B is equal to 3. Therefore B equals to 1. I get the value of B as 1. I can substitute the value of B in the third equation. So therefore the value of A will be 5 into 1, that is A is equal to 5. So this is the value I get after simplifying this question. Now let's go to the second part of this question. The second part is given as, let's write the equations first. Is given as 3x plus y equals to 1. 3x plus y equals to 1, and the second condition is given, second equation is given as 2k minus 1 x plus k minus 1 y equals to 2k plus 1. Right? So this is what I have got. Now what we can do, here, it's given that they have no solution, right? And before I proceed, we should know when there is no solution, what we can do in that case. In case of no solution, I write here equation 1 and 2 have no solution. Right? So what we can do then? This means A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2. We will have to put the values in all three, and then we have to form two conditions, right? And then what will be the common thing in the two conditions? That will be our answer, right? So I just substitute the values. A1 is 3, so I write 3 upon 2k minus 1 equals to B1 is 1 upon k minus 1 not equal to 1 upon 2k plus 1. So I take the first two conditions. So that is 3 upon 2k minus 1 equals to 1 upon k minus 1. Let us check once again. Yeah, it's correct. Now we cross multiply. Therefore, this is 3k minus 3 is equal to 2k minus 1. Shifting the k on the left side, this is 3k minus 2k is equal to 3 minus 1. So therefore, the value of k comes out to be 2. Now, from these two relations, the value of k comes out to be 2. Let's compare these two also. So 1 upon k minus 1 is not equal to 1 upon 2k plus 1. Cross multiply. 2k plus 1 not equal to k minus 1. So just shifting. 2k minus k not equal to minus 1 minus 1. So we can say k is not equal to minus 2. Right? See what can happen, why we have done this, but although it is not required in this case, it is required when you are getting two values. If you see, there is an example in the book in which here it forms a quadratic equation, and then you get two values for the k. Then from the two values, one will be excluded. Then how we come to know? We'll come to know from this form only. If suppose from here the k had been two values, 2 and minus 2, and this condition shows that k is not equal to minus 2, then what we will do? We will have to exclude minus 2 in that case. But here it is not required because these are not same, so we can therefore write therefore k is equal to 2. This is the answer. I again tell you, this condition can only be done if we are getting two values here and we are confused either both of the two values are equal or not. Right? Now let's go to the third question, And that will be the last question for our today's lecture. Now, in the third question, what we have to do, we are given two equations, and we have to solve both of them using substitution method also and cross multiplication method. So what I am doing, I am just doing the cross multiplication method. Substitution method is on you. You can do it, try it yourself, because you have already studied about that. This is my first equation. And this is my second equation. So let's be quick in doing this. So now, first of all, the first step would be to transform the equations. 8x plus 5y minus 9 equals to 0, and 3x plus 2y minus 4 equals to 0. Now, I write for cross multiplication, I write x, y and 1. Then I write the variables of y first, y and 2, 5 and 2. Then constant term minus 9 minus 4. Then the variable coefficients of x, that is 8 and 3. And then again the coefficients of y, that is 5 and 2. So this will be a multiplication here. Now I write x upon, this is 5 into minus 4, this is minus 20, and then compulsory minus, and then we have minus 18. So 5 into minus 4 minus 20, then there is a compulsory negative sign, then 2 into minus 9 is minus 18, that is equal to y upon minus 9 into 3 is minus 27, then there is a compulsory negative, minus 4 into 8 is minus 32, and then we have 1 upon, this is 60 and minus 15. Now open the brackets, this is minus 20 plus 18 equals to y upon minus 27 plus 32 equals to 1 upon 1. So this is x by minus 2 equals to y upon 5 equals to 1. So after comparing the variable this with this and this with this, I get the value of x as minus 2 and y as 5. So these are the answers which I get after solving the two equations by the method of cross multiplication. You can also do this question by substitution as given in the book. You can try it yourself. Now, as in every video I give you a question, and I expect that you give the answer for that in the comment section. Many of my friends, those who are watching my previous videos, they are giving the answers to whatever the questions I am giving. I'm happy for that. Today again I will be giving you a question, and you will have to give the answer for that in the comment section, right? So I'm just giving one question. I'm writing on the board. Now the question is, first I write the equations 4x plus py plus 8 equals to 0, and then we have 2x plus 2y plus 2 equals to 0. Now these are the two equations. You have to tell me for which value of p, which value or values of p, the two equations will have unique solution, right? Yeah, that's correct. It's unique solution. So you have to tell me for which value or values of p the following these two equations will have unique solution, right? So I will expect you give me the answer in the comment section. So that is it. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you understood everything. If not, just try to watch the video again, and please like and subscribe to my channel. This is your host signing off. Goodbye and take care.